Well, welcome back to the channel and thanks for clicking on the video. So you're joining me out in the woods for a camp that I've been looking forward to doing for absolutely ages. So this is going to be a really exciting one. So if you've seen the last sort of gear review video that I did on the OneTigris dipper table, you'll know that I've sort of partnered up with OneTigris Camping, and I'm going to do some sort of gear reviews over the next wee while. But I've come out this weekend. I'm just going to be doing a bit of testing on some of the equipment itself. So it's going to be basically a OneTigris camp. So I've actually got their cot, I've also got their promenade chair, and I've also got the dipper table that I'm going to be using as well. Now, in all honesty, it was going to be a hot tent session, but it's so warm. It's actually 13 degrees and it's at the beginning of November. So it's really warm, so it was just too warm for a hot tent. So I've actually got the OneTigris Backwoods bungalow tent out as well. So love that shelter, absolutely love it. So it's going to be really good getting into it. But let's get straight into it, get it all set up for you, and then we've got a wee project that I'm really looking forward to doing as well, so we can get that started. Right, so that's most of it sort of set up. I'm just going to do some tweaking on it just now, just before I actually put the awning posts in. Basically all I've got is, I've used this a couple of times now, so I've basically sort of cut these to size previously, but I said I'll get them on as well, just I've actually got the awning out. Okay, so that's the main bit sort of set up. So now it's just to sort of get the camping furniture in there. So I'm just going to start off with the dipper table and just the chair itself. But I said, just love this. I will give you a little guided tour of the shelter once I've got it all sort of set up. But I said, I've been using the Backwoods bungalow for absolute years, and it's just one of my favourite shelters. Okay, so we'll get the table out. So next we're just going to put up the dipper table. And I absolutely love this table, absolutely love it. It's just so versatile, but so quick to sort of assemble. And again, for this type of camping, you know, sort of when I'm out in this type of shelter, but even in the bushcraft shelter itself, it is just so versatile, but also incredibly quick to actually put up. and then just the wee net just for sort of cooking materials, knives, pots and pans, things like that as well. So you can see how quick that was to put up, and it just makes such a difference at camp, just for, as I said, just for popping stuff on as well, just even knives, lamps, things like that as well. So that's the table up, now it's onto the chair. And again, there's just another little storage place just for sort of putting things. Happy days. It's so warm, considering this is 2nd November, sorry. You know, it is so warm. So I am glad I've sort of taken this. There was no point in doing like a hot tent, because as I said, it's just absolutely boiling. But it should be in for a nice night. Absolutely no wind whatsoever, which again is perfect for this sort of type of shelter. But let's get the bed up and then get some of our sort of camping stuff in there, sleeping bag, etc. Get ourselves comfy. Okay, so for the cot itself, I've already put out the actual main top of the bed itself, and I'm just about to do the hooks just now. I'm just going to pop the legs on. Now with the cot you can actually put it at 2 different heights, but I'm going to try it with the legs in just now, just to sort of see what it's like. But you can have it just so that it's actually resting on the base there as well. But as I said, we'll try it with the legs in and see what it looks like. And you've also got the cargo net under there. So again, really smart, but I'm going to try and put it in the shelter itself just to see what it actually looks like inside, see if it'll fit okay. That fits in just perfect. Absolutely love it. I've just never seen the OneTigris cot inside a backwoods bungalow before. But I was just sort of thinking the benefit I've got is obviously I'm going to be up off the ground, but also I've got plenty of storage underneath. I've got the pockets here for things like my mobile phone charging bank, etc. And as I was saying, I've got the storage net underneath there. So it's just going to keep everything up, keep everything dry. So I'm going to get my sleep mat out, get the sleeping bag all sorted. Plenty of headroom, but also just as an actual seat itself, just if there is multiple people here, it's just going to be much, much better. So let's give it a wee lie down, see what it's like. That is so comfy. Just the right amount to give. Brilliant. I think I'm in for a really comfy night. That is going to be good, instead of lying in the ground, which is the way I normally do in this tent. Right, so I'm going to get my sleep system all sorted and then I'll hook up with you. Well, this is one of my favourite parts of the night. So the shelter is up, basically all the bedding's all sorted, everything's all laid out. It's really just a case of actually getting some dinner in a wee while and then sort of chilling down. I've got some cool new beers to try out tonight as well, so I'm really looking forward to them. Not something I do very often, I tend to stick to the one brand, but I'm going to try these different ones just to see what they're actually like. So really looking forward to trying them out later. But what it has done is got really, really dark just in the last sort of 20 minutes, half an hour. It's got really, really dark, so it is a case I've got a couple of lights on the shelter just now, but I am going to put dinner on yet. I'm just going to have a little bit of a relaxing time before I get some food on. But no, absolutely love it. It's going to be such a comfortable night, really, really good. As I said, wind speed is meant to be really, really low tonight, so it's only meant to be about 4 or 5 miles an hour. So if it does stay to that, I'm in for a really comfy one. I'm hoping to leave the awning up for the whole night, and just with the bug net down. But we'll see how we go during the actual night itself. So as I said, I'm just going to take a wee bit of time, bit of a chill out, and then I'll hook up with you. Now that is epic. Time for dinner and the first beer of the night. This looks so good. So this is the first time I've ever done potatoes like this. So it's basically just that sort of powdered stuff. That's actually really nice. And I keep having people take the mickey out of me about my wooden knife and as to whether it actually cuts through steak. Well, there you go, proof of the pudding. Wow. And that steak is perfect. Right, I'm just going to finish this and then I'll hook up with yous. Well, that's me finished dinner and had my first beer, so I'm one happy chappy. But no, it's time for a bit of relaxation, just sort of chill out for a little bit and do a little bit of reading probably. So as I said, it's just going to be a case of trying out the bed as well. It seems really comfy. I'm possibly not even going to put a sleep mat out. I may very well just actually just sort of give it a wee try just with a sleeping bag. And again, I think it's going to be a really warm night. As I said, it's still sort of, I think it's about 9 degrees at the moment, so plenty warmth. Well, let's have a wee lie down. So that is so comfy. Okay, I'll catch you in a wee bit. Well, I'm just going to sit, watch the fire go out, but that's been really relaxing, really enjoyable night. But as I said, it's still really warm, so I've just got myself layered up a little bit just to sort of get prepped. So I'm going to head into bed and actually have an early night. And as I said, hopefully have a really good night. I've heard the owls already. I always forget, every time I come camping here, always forget that the owls are actually just in this particular woodland, so they end up being quite noisy during the actual night, but hopefully it's not going to ruin things. But as I said, I'm really looking forward to a good night's sleep, so barring any incident, I'll see you all in the morning. Well, that was just an absolutely amazing sleep, really good. A lot of deer activity last night though, a way more than I've ever heard before, and it was just in the forest behind the camera. So lots of twigs snapping, etc, and deer calling. So it's pretty smart sort of knowing that they're actually as close as this, but it can be quite alarming when they call during the night when you are asleep. But a really good sleep. I got up once and the stars were just unbelievable. Just beautiful night, and a completely clear sky this morning as well. So the sunrise has come up, it's absolutely stunning. So hopefully the sun will come round in a little bit and just sort of brighten everything up. But no, an absolutely stunning morning. So I said, really good sleep, feel really refreshed. So just gonna have a little chill out and then I'm gonna get some coffee on. The project I was wanting to do, I want to make a little pot hanger. So I'm just going to make a simple, very simple pot hanger just for the making a coffee this morning. So I'm going to get going with that quite quickly, but just love this setup. The bed was so comfy last night, it really was. And again, it's great just having that sort of extra height, so I've actually got all my kit just underneath there as well, so sort of actually having the storage and space was just brilliant. So as I said, just a couple of minutes, just sort of taking in this sunrise, and then we'll get the breakfast on. So I'm going to give you a little guided tour of camp just now, just so you can actually sort of see the setup. But again, just even this woodland itself is just absolutely gorgeous. Just been sitting here listening to the birds and the crows, buzzards and all that sort of things flying around as well. So it's an absolute stunning location. So it's a bit of a combination of both to sort of make the camp itself, one the setup but also the location as well. But I'm going to turn the camera around and as I said we'll go through the actual setup itself. So the shelter itself is the Backwoods Bungalow 2. Which again I'm going to go around the back of it as well, just so you can actually see it's a huge amount of space inside it. And then I said the OneTigris dipper table, and then it's got the promenade chair. But I said the bed itself is just brilliant because I've got all that space underneath there for all my storage. And there's the sort of setup sleep system wise. So last night I ended up putting the sleep mat out. So it was a Thermarest sleep mat just with a RAB 700 sleeping bag. And all you basically do is you just tie that off to the actual ground, and then I've got it tied to the actual tree. So again, such a simple setup and so light, just when you are carrying it into camp because there's no poles. And then on the back you do have the system there where you can actually tie it off as well if you do need to create extra space. And then across the bottom you've just got the ventilation there. And that's it from the back. And the awning just makes such a big difference as well, just because again if it was sort of, there was a few showers last night and it just does make such a massive difference just from keeping dry, but also just sort of sitting there with the ambient light of the fire. So basically with this all I'm doing is narrow down there, cut out section there, and you can just actually attach it. If you want to lower it down the piece of wood, you can just slide up or down according to the position that you actually want, and then just do your pot. So simplistic, so easy to actually make, but also a good little project you can do at camp. And I say that pot hanger is just perfect for coffee and things like that in the morning. So I've not been able to shoot much this morning. This actual woodland that I'm in is very, very popular for mountain bikers as well. And I think there must be some sort of event on because there's a trail just behind me and there's been riders there sort of talking all day, as well as just sort of comparing lines, etc. So I've not really had much chance in the way to video, so I do apologise. What I am going to do though is close off the video just now. It just seems to be getting a little bit busier, so I don't think I'm going to get much chance to actually shoot anything else. But what can I say, that has been an absolutely fantastic trip, really, really enjoyable. 10 hours sleep, was just absolutely amazing. A really nice fry up as well, and I said always nice to have a bit of woodland coffee. But no, very, very impressed. The bed is just so comfy. I said that was just an absolute out for the count last night during my actual sleep itself. Brilliant idea, just having the actual storage place underneath there as well just makes a big difference. So really looking forward to doing a review on the bed as well as on the actual chair, so you can look forward to seeing that in the next wee while. But other than that, I just want to say a massive thanks very much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.